Well, guys, I just can't lose on Saturdays. A perfect 3-0 sweep with my best bets the past three Saturdays, and 10-1 overall with the premium and free picks in football and basketball the past three Saturdays combined. My problem has been like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You know, if I could win a couple of those nights lately, I certainly would be doing better. But with all that being said, today being Saturday, coming into today, 25-12 with the free picks over the past 19 days. Another winner last night with the Milwaukee Bucks, 7-2, in fact, with the freebies since last Saturday, and three more free selections coming your way in just a moment. Going to take a look at the Dayton, Florida Atlantic game, the Iowa, Northern Iowa showdown, and North Carolina and East Carolina, one of the first games on your card, plus a money-saving discount coupon code that could potentially save you hundreds of dollars off your total purchase today. All that and more coming up in just a moment. But first, got to start with Bob Valentino. Last night, Bob Valentino, as I told you on Friday's video report, had his one and only guaranteed game of the year selection. And the guarantee was that if he lost this play, you would get the highest rated play of his career going today in college basketball for free. Well, I guess it's a glass half full, glass half empty scenario, because the fact is you're not going to get it today for free, but you certainly can afford today's play because you won big time last night, as did Bob Valentino. Boise State, 5.5-point favorite at home, rolling in a rout of previously undefeated LSU. And didn't I tell you earlier this week when I went with Tennessee Chattanooga, I think it was Tuesday night at LSU, that I thought the Tigers at the time, just one of only 14 Division 1A schools that were undefeated coming into this week's action. I somewhat thought they were a fraud. Well, proved to be in their road opener last night as Boise State, the 5.5-point favorite, winning that game by 19 points. Now, that was Bob's second college basketball release of the season. His third goes today, and it's the highest rated play he's ever had in college basketball, first ever 100-dime play. It goes on the Saturday daytime card. It's twice as big as the 50-dime winner on Boise State last night. It's 4 times bigger than last Saturday's first college release of the season. A 25-dime play is revenge game of the year on Dayton in a double-digit blowout win at home against Miami of Ohio. And FYI, last night he hit his third straight free winner as well, cashing in with the Indiana Pacers over the Sixers. He looks for number 4 in a row and 5 out of 6 overall today on Oklahoma and Texas A&M, so you might want to check that out. As you know, we also have college bowl action getting underway today with two they should be entertaining games. I got to be honest with you, they should be, especially if you like no defense and lots of offense. I do. You've got Utah State taking on Toledo. You've got Arizona taking on, oh boy, wish I could think of Nevada. There you go. Arizona and Nevada in the New Mexico Bowl, because damn it, if I had to be any place today, it would be Albuquerque, New Mexico, because I got to see the New Mexico Bowl, don't you? Anyway, listen, a couple of hot handicappers both have big plays on that game, the New Mexico Bowl clash between Arizona and Nevada. They have the same side. So let me just tell you quickly about them. First of all, Scott Delaney continued his red-hot roll last night like Bob Valentino. He had Boise State as Friday's best bet. It was a 30-dime play. He has now won 11 of the last 15 days. $10 bettors in that 15-day period have won $3,310 in a 15-day period. Today, he has an 80-dime release on the Arizona-Nevada side, okay? This is bigger than the 60-dime winner you got in the NFL this past Thursday night with the Bengals over Philadelphia. This is bigger than the 6 consecutive 25-dime college basketball winners he's reeled off the past 3 weeks. It is bigger than his biggest college basketball play of the season so far, last Saturday, when he gave you Minnesota in a big-time road route of USC. Meanwhile, Trace Adams has the exact same side. So listen, I'm telling you this so you don't waste money and buy both guys, okay? I mean, listen, they both write analysis for their plays. They both have red-hot runs. Whoever you want, you're going to get the same play. Pick your poison, I guess I want to say. Trace Adams, normally a 1,000-star play, is his top-rated play. Occasionally, he likes to raise the bar with 1,500-star releases, like last Sunday's winner with the 49ers over Miami. Today, he's upping the ante once more. His highest-rated 2,000-star double-your-wager winner, number 5 in a row in college football. It's on the Nevada-Arizona State contest, or Arizona, not Arizona State game. Again, it's his double your wager winner, number 5 in a row in college football, number 9 out of 12 in all sports combined. Remember his last few double your wager winners in college football? He gave you Georgia, the near upset of Alabama in the SEC title game 2 Saturdays ago. He gave you UCLA and the near upset of Stanford in the Pac-12 title game 2 Fridays ago. This play is as strong as that one. So, wanted to give you some options of what's going on here with some of the hot handicappers here at the site. Jeff Benton, 76-54 college basketball run over the past couple of years. Biggest hoops play so far this season. 60-dime revenge game of the year. He just cashed in with 30-dime winners on Colorado on Wednesday and Duquesne out right over West Virginia on Tuesday night. This play is twice as strong as those babies. So those are among some of the hot handicappers here at the site that have big plays going for you today, so you might want to check them all out. Now, as you know, and before I get to the free picks here in just a moment, as you know, every single Saturday going back for almost nearly a year now, I've given you a money-saving discount coupon code that can potentially save you hundreds of dollars off your total purchase. And that coupon code today, guys, is going to be 20 Bowl. 20 Bowl, college bowl starting today. 20 Bowl, 20 BOWL, 20 BOWL, no space between 20 and Bowl. This will save you 20% off your total purchase price. 20% off your total purchase price today. So, and this is for the benefit of all the newcomers to the site. Those that have been here forever, you know the spiel. You can probably do it as good as me and probably as quickly as I do it as well. Listen, it's a mix and match coupon, but you have to put everything in your shopping cart at one time. So, for example, Bob Valentino, if you want his play today, boom, put it in your shopping cart. You can get 20% off the total purchase price. But you can't buy Bob Valentino now and 2 hours later come back and buy Trace Adams' big college football double your wager winner number 5 in a row. You got to put everything in your shopping cart at one time. It's also mix and match in this sense as well. Scott Delaney, again, 11 out of 15 winning days. $10 better, up over 3,100 in that space of time. How about if you wanted to make a longer-term commitment and get all of Scott's action, for example, for the next 30 days? Normally it would cost you $479. Boom. You would take 20% off your total purchase there. You would save, again, almost $95 some off the purchase of 30 days of action. If you happen to be in the middle of one of his packages already, it will just extend it out another 30 days. If you also have an instant rebate applicable, it will be applied. Again, it's a 20% discount coupon, good for your total purchase, and that's where it can save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I try to do it every single Saturday, and I have done it every single Saturday, dating back to God, here's driving me crazy. Since last Friday. Well, it seems like I've been working all night, Friday night into Saturday morning, since last February, because I know so many of you, about 80-85% of the customers here at the site, you like to buy 7-day or longer packages, and I like to do one on Saturday all the time, because this way you can keep your packages expiring, renewing them, taking advantage of the rebates if applicable, and of these money-saving discount coupon codes. Again, that coupon code, you've got it, so you know what to do with it. It will save you 20% off your total purchase again, and it is going to be 20 Bowl, 20 BOWL. Okay, guys, let's get to your free pick selections here. First game I want to take a look at is going to be your Dayton game against Florida Atlantic. This game tips off at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. I used Dayton as a free pick last Saturday when, in revenge, they hammered Miami of Ohio at home. And it was an impressive win considering just a few nights earlier they went to Alabama as an 8-point road dog and upset the Crimson Tide 81-76. So this is a team that earlier this season did lose somehow, God knows how, to Weber State at home as a 12.5-point favorite, 62-61, but they have since reeled off 3 straight wins, also beating Northern Illinois by 17 at home prior to Alabama, prior to Miami of Ohio. Now, Florida Atlantic comes into this contest, what I call step-up games. When a team plays someone above their talent level, they haven't delivered. And they delivered miserably in those contests as well. I mean, Florida Atlantic lost to North Carolina 80-56, so you had a 24-point loss there. They lost to Mississippi State 78-58, 20-point margin there. But this team also lost to Elon. Quick, I know where the campus is. Do you? Elon. 62-59, they lost that one. They lost at home to South Alabama 77-66. Their wins have come against Coppin State, American, Arkansas State, Stetson. Stetson? I don't know. They beat one of those damn teams that you never heard of and we don't care about. They beat Warner Southern. What is a Warner Southern? 7 Warner Southern graduates are now sending emails saying that I discriminated against their school. Hey, the bottom line is I think Dayton is the better team. They have the better depth. The only reason I didn't, in these free picks are the plays that didn't quite make the cut in terms of being my premium selections, and that's why I do so well with them. One of the reasons, and probably the only one that made Dayton not be a play I was going to personally bet on today, is that the Flyers are an atrocious free throw shooting team. They only shoot like 68% from the line on the year, and at home, which is really hard to believe, at home they're only shooting a little over 61% from the line. Well, when you're laying 16 and a half points and you're a lousy free throw shooting team, that has me a little concerned whether or not you can cover the margin. Whenever I see big favorites, guys, first thing I do before anything else is I look at the free throw percentage. And if the free throw percentage for that team is under 70%, that gives me immediate reason to pause and think about laying the points with the team. Just something I want to hand off to you, something I've been doing for years and years, because you know how many times games are decided either in garbage time or in precious final moments of a game where the other team is trying to foul you deliberately to get the ball back. So you always got to look at how that free throw percentage is going. But still, I think Dayton, once again, is worthy as a free selection. Now, Iowa is taking on Northern Iowa today. This game is part of what they call the Big Four Classic, where they take Drake and Iowa State, Northern Iowa and Iowa, and rather than play and switch off campus, on campus year to year, for the first time today, they're playing in Des Moines at the Wells Fargo Arena, all 4 teams. And yet they haven't sold it out yet. I mean, really, there was like 1,000 tickets to go from reading about this from a day ago. It really surprising. But Iowa's a 3.5-point favorite in this contest. Now, Northern Iowa is a good team, okay? Iowa, however, has played very well, despite the fact that they've incorporated 3 freshmen into their starting lineup. They're coming off an 80-71 win at home last Friday night against Iowa State when they were playing in triple revenge. And they are playing in revenge once more here again. Because last year, playing in Cedar Falls, which is where Northern Iowa is located, they got drilled 80-60. I mean, it was a horrible game. Fran McCaffrey, their head coach, got 2 technical fouls in the game. He was thrown out of the contest. I think they rebound here. Northern Iowa, a good team in terms of 3-point shooting. They're averaging about 9 threes per game. And they're also good against defending against the 3, too, only allowing opponents to hit about 30%. But, this is an Iowa team, I think, that has a little more talent, has a little more motivation, having been spanked last year. And Iowa so far this season has played well defensively, which is really something when you consider they've put 3 freshmen in the lineup and count on these 3 guys, including the starting point guard who, as a freshman, just came in the lineup 3 games ago. But they're holding foes to 38.1% shooting on the season. They're holding those same foes to 62.6 points on the year. So again, I like Iowa in revenge here, laying the 3.5 in that one. Your final free selection, I'm going to take a look at the North Carolina-East Carolina game. North Carolina, 16.5-point favorite in here. Go ahead, lay it. It's in Chapel Hill. Big deal. Jeff Lebo is going to be returning where he started in Chapel Hill as a player. He's going to be returning to North Carolina. Big deal. East Carolina, I mean, they opened 5-0, right? And then they got drilled. In the game that they played against their biggest opponent this year, it was NC Charlotte. They lost by 30 points back on December 1st. This is going to be their first game since December 4th. I mean, their biggest win this year was against Georgia State. Whoopee! Georgia State. Oh, hey, we beat Georgia State. Quick, Georgia State, what's their nickname? I think it's the Eagles. I don't know. You have to check that one out on your own. I don't know. If you're on Jeopardy, I'm not going to be responsible if you risk everything on that one, but I think it's the Eagles. No, Georgia State is the Panthers. There you go. So if you're on Jeopardy, you can tell Alex Trebek that I gave you the right one. I think it's the Georgia State Panthers. It's not the Eagles, but I wouldn't bet on it. But anyway, listen, their other wins this year, Washington and Lee. I don't know. It sounds like, I don't know. Sounds like a pastry manufacturer to me. Washington and Lee. Oh, they beat Methodist U. Methodist U. What is Methodist U? They beat NC Greensboro. They beat St. Andrews Presbyterian, an NAIA school. I like to call anybody that's not a worthy Division I opponent a cupcake. I don't know what I would call Andrews Presbyterian. Maybe a cookie? An appetizer? I mean, seriously. North Carolina's been idle since beating up East Tennessee State last Saturday by 23 points at home. Prior to that, they beat up UAB by 18 points at home. That's what they've done since losing to Indiana when I had North Carolina and Indiana in that game. The first big 15-dime play, which matched the biggest of my career. I had the Hoosiers that day, and they were annihilated in this contest. I just think North Carolina simply has too much talent, too much athleticism. They're playing at home. I'm surprised North Carolina isn't a 20-point favorite to begin with. So I know this sounds bizarre, but at 16.5, I think they're actually a very cheaply priced favorite in this game. So that's going to be your final free selection going for today. Good luck to y'all, and I will be catching you again on Sunday when we rack it up once more for the NFL.